Hello, what's up? How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. It's Wednesday, so that means some more Elden Ring today. Getting very close to the end. And I was kind of talking about this on, well, I mentioned it on Twitter, but actually I was like looking at the achievements list because, hold on, I need to sneeze. Gosh, oh my goodness, I could feel the sneeze, but now it's gone. Never mind. So I was looking at like the achievements list because I was curious. You know, just since I'm getting close to the end. No, I mean, I don't normally. I mean, I do. I've been seeing the achievements pop up throughout while I'm playing and everything, and I don't normally pay too much attention to it for a first playthrough because, you know, I'm not going to concern myself with it that much. But once I get near the end of it, I often will check to see if there's anything I should try to think about at the end or whatever. And especially for a game like this where I don't really see myself like replaying the whole game if I don't have to. And it turns out I'm actually like, I mean, there's actually like a lot, numerically there's still a decent chunk of the achievements I have to do. But from, as far as but a lot of them I'll be just getting like automatically. And some of them do still take some work, but like, I think I'm actually closer to a lot of them than I was expecting. And there's not really that much that's missable, only a couple of things, which I have not yet missed. So I think I can go just take care of those real quick and then back up my save. And then I can just, if I want to do it, I mean, whether on or off stream, I can do it later when I have just off of that backup if necessary. So I figured that's good to know, good to keep in mind. Like I said, there's not that much that's missable. There's a couple of small things. One thing is like an item that you have to just go pick up before you get past a certain point, and I can still do that. So I probably will just do that first. But then the other one's like, you have to like, it's only missable if you kill someone along the quest line or something, which I haven't done because I haven't done the quest line, I think, at all, basically. And then there's so apparently somehow the Ronnie questline is missable, but I did that, so that one's not a concern either. Okay. Everything look good. Video mic looks good, looks good. Okay. But that was kind of a shocking realization. I thought it would be way more that I was missing, but it turns out there's only a few things. I mean, there's some optional bosses, which I may have to go back and do also, although a lot of them are mandatory bosses that are ahead still, basically. Okay, so we're here. So before we do anything else... Hey, what's up, Lightning? You already know. Alright, there it is. There's that blue for you. Come on. There it goes. How's it going? How was the Valorant? I wish I could have played, but... I thought I might have time for one game or something, but then you guys were already partway into it, so I went, oh, whatever. Oh, well. Let's, let me just go see if I can grab this. I don't know exactly where it is. I know it's somewhere near near the end. I think I was into first game. What we grabbing? I mentioned this on Twitter, but I just talked about this a few minutes ago before you got here, but I was like looking through the achievement list just to see if there was anything worth thinking about, and I realized I'm a lot closer to fully completing the achievements than I expected, and I don't think I've actually technically missed anything missable yet, as long as I grab this legendary weapon wherever it is. I know it's somewhere over here. I don't know exactly where. I might have to look around a little bit or just look it up, but like all the other things that are missable I haven't missed, so I was like, maybe like, I've talked about how I don't intend to replay the game, and I don't, but if I can get all the achievements basically on one playthrough, I mean, I know there's the endings, but you can save scum the endings, which is what I will probably do if it gets to that point, then that solves that issue. I can just complete it and call it good. I also wanted to check the remembrance, that's the other thing. But like, it turns out I have done almost all of the bosses, all of the like bosses that give achievements. There's only like 2 optional ones that I've missed so far, I think. And obviously, they're not permanently missable. I can go back and do them. But I was kind of surprised to realize that I had done almost all of them. Is it that? I don't think it's that, although now I'm curious what that is. Can I even get up there? How do I... have to come from above, maybe? Seems kind of high. Legendary or yellow, so it ain't legendary? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that one's like the purple one. That makes sense. I knew they were color-coded, but I didn't know what it would look like. Well, I mean, that makes me care even less about what that is, because... whatever. I know it's in the capital near the end of the thing, but I don't know where. Go get it. I don't know what it is. It's bolt of something. Some sort of lance or spear or something. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm not dead. It's not that far of a fall. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, I know it's like somewhere here-ish. I mean, if I have to check, I'll just look, but... it dumps damage? Dang. Its skill does? I see. It's a sniper, sort of. Huh, interesting. Oh, it's like ranged? Oh, I guess it's a bolt? Like a crossbow bolt? That doesn't... I wasn't... Is it bolt? What was it called? I don't remember. Nah. Okay. Want me to tell you? I mean, it's fine. I'll look for a second. I mean, I kind of know vaguely where it... I looked at... I was like looking at the list of stuff, so I kind of know vaguely, although I didn't actually look that closely. Not where it is. Oh. I mean, if you want. It doesn't really matter. Presumably, I'll find out when I see it. It's not like I'm in any rush to know. I don't expect to use it, so... I remember reading the description and it saying something. Oh, it's over there. It's on that. It's that thing. Okay, wait. How do I get over there? I saw that and suddenly my brain went, wait, I've seen that picture. Or I've seen that when I was like looking through the list of stuff. I remember seeing that. Not that that helps me, because I don't know... am I just going to be climbing on that thing? That seems kind of wild. He's hacking! Someone check his PC! I mean, there it is. That's it, right? Is that glowing yellow? Look at how shiny it is. Oh, wait, I remember seeing that and not knowing how to get it. I still remember seeing it when I was down there, and then I got distracted and never came back to it. Wow, if I'd known it was... if I'd been able to know that that was legendary at the time... This is probably too high anyway, right? Can I even... No. But I remember seeing that and not knowing how to get to it, and then I just completely forgot, because I've been here. I'm gonna die trying to jump over this bit. Oh, we good. All skill. Oh, no, 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 no. There it is. Bolts of Grand Sacks. That's what it was. Stop. Alright, I guess I gotta kill some people or something. Who's shooting at me? Oh, they're not gonna let me go. They're still just gonna stare at me. Alright, that was that. I think there's a couple of bosses that I need to fight optional, like, of the optional bosses that I've skipped, you know, unintentionally. Which I guess I could go do, although I don't know if they're not missable, so I'm not in any rush for them, necessarily. Other than that, I just need the save, which I actually did back up the save before. But, you know, I'll just back up another one when it gets closer to the point where it matters. Do you know the names? Yeah, and I kind of remember vaguely reading about where they were. It was the Godskin Noble, even though I fought the Godskin Duo, which I think is just that plus the other one. And I fought it before. I remember fighting it on the bridge, But I guess there's a second one. There's an enemy somewhere. There's a bigger one or something that I had to fight, or that you fight to get an achievement. And then Moog, apparently, in another version of Moog. There's a lot of these bosses seem to show up twice in 2 different forms, and I guess there's another version of Moog. Because I fought him in Mogwin's whatever, but... Or I fought him as when he was doing all the blood stuff. Alright. Oh, I wanted to check, though, this. I wanted to check the remembrance that we got from the fire giant. I mean, so realistically, there is a lot of other stuff I'm missing in various points and things, I'm sure. I mean, there's side quests and stuff that I've missed, and I don't really care. I mean, it'd be good to do them, but it's Garbo. Good to know.
Do as you know, you'd force this time.
Oops. Let's see. Fire giant. Oh, there it is. Oh, a whip. I mean, whips are cool. Not as cool as Hoslo's pedal whip, though. I mean, thematically. Flame dance. Alright, makes sense. And then incantation. Raises a series of flame pillars around the caster. Charging further increases the number of flame pillars. Well, both are useless to me, but that's good to know. Nifty. Oh.
Take a look around. The round table holds.
Here you are. I was wondering where you went.
Raised to the ground.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't blame
I mean, it was kind of my fault, I think.
I'll continue spirit tuning just the same as before, which is why I need your help persuading Master Hugh to leave. His roots are so knotted in this place. He won't last much longer if he stays here. His shackles are broken.
Oh, he can
He's a free
leave.
man now. It's high time he put the round table behind him. I see.
Let's go talk to him. Master Hugh.
I knew you'd lay out your own. Weren't you listening? As I've always said, you came to challenge the demigods and their god, to slay them. And as long as you do, I will always smith your weapons. It is what I wish. To smith a weapon for you to slay a god.
I mean, you basically have, so good work on that.
Yes, my masterpiece to slay a god. That's all I've lived for. And my promise to Queen Marika. But do me a favor and
Aww.
do look after the girl.
She's gonna die here, though, because you're not going.
I can't hold on much longer. I'm going the way of the...
Ooh. Burning to nothingness.
It was a great honor to smith your weapons during my time here. Allow me to call you this just once before it ends. My lord.
Oh. Soon to be Elden Lord.
For that is what you are.
Alright, see you later, buddy. Have fun dying. Character development? Indeed. Sorry, he ain't going.
I see. Oh, is that right? So Master Hugh won't listen to you either.
Nope.
You have my thanks regardless. I'll try and talk him
Sorry,
out next
what's her
time.
name? Roderica?
I know he was given this great entreaty to craft a weapon which could slay a god. Though I can't help but think of it as a curse, a fearsome curse, put on him by Queen Marika. And if that's the case, I'm not sure there's anything we can do.
Alright. Good talk, good talk. So... the question now is, do I want to go do those random other side things real quick before I continue where I was? Presumably they should be relatively easier, considering I should be pretty over-leveled for them by this point. I mean, if I want to get all the achievements, I'm going to have to do more stuff anyway. So I don't know if it's worth doing right now. Maybe I'll just do it. Although those are bosses, at least. Like, I expect, to be honest, I don't expect to do it on stream, because it's just going to be me looking for random items and stuff. Although some of them, I think, are associated with smaller bosses. But I think some of them are also just things you find that I've missed somewhere in the areas. So it would just be me running around cleaning those up, and I don't know if I would bother streaming it, because I kind of, at that point, it's just like me trying to wrap it up. Especially because I don't think I'd bother streaming the extra endings, because you can always just look those up yourself if you want to see them, you know? And I'm sure everyone else playing has gotten an ending. So it feels silly for me to go through and try to... Where is the last one? This one? For me to go through and just show the safe scumming of me going through the other two endings. So I don't know that I'll bother with that. Oh, right. I jumped down from here. There's the sparkly over there. But it ain't important. Look at it. Look at that color. It's so boring. It's not even special. I mean, maybe now I really hope that I'm not forgetting anything. I think that was... Well, like I said, I did make a save before this, so I guess worst case scenario, I can back it up. But I should be able to continue on now, because I'm about to hit that for the point of no return for what would have been there. Alright. Let's just blast. Ow. Stupid birds. Oh, lightning. Oh, it's another one of those dragons. What is this? Is there a switch? Where am I even going? Oh, I guess I could go this way. I could just drop down. Is this where have I been here? Oh, this is a ladder right here. I mean, I guess that's the way to go. What's the deal here, though? Looks like an elevator, but... So weird. Well, whatever. Can always jump back down here as we need. Alright, this one's gonna keep zapping at me until we kill it, I guess. Stop it. Well, I mean... Oh, that's right, there's the ladder. We'll just drop down. You're dead. Zappy, zappy, zappy. Alright, dragon. Calm down. I mean, this probably doesn't hurt me until it actually explodes, but... It's scary. I jumped over it! Ow. I drank the wrong flask. Oh well, it's fine. Oh, it's about to die. Is it the same one I keep fighting? Or is it just weakened or what? I don't know. It's so weak though. Goodbye. Ooh, Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Man, it just got one shot. I mean, it was like on the verge of death. Did give me a chunk of runes though, so that's nice. What's that? Shiny? Another shine! Here we go! Okay, Sombre. I mean, look, these are good to have, even though I'm literally not going to be using them. But I mean, it gives me the option to keep maxing out other weapons if I spontaneously decide I'd like to. Ain't no legendary armament, that's what I'm saying. Ow. Ow. These birds are obnoxious. They're like not even that. Like if I was really just playing super carefully, I could probably be okay, but it's just not. It's so annoying. There's so many of them. Stop it. Wow, look, another golden seed that I cannot use. I'm up to like 8 extra golden seeds now. Or something like that. What is my flask level, actually? 12. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's max. Cool, I got all of those, too. Telling you, eat them, yeah. That'll be the day. Chomp, chomp. Man, if only there was something I could do with them. Yeah, like, turn them into a bunch of runes or something. Although, would I? Probably not. I would just hoard them anyway. Alright, getting close to that tornado again. Is this a dog? Oh, it is. Good night, dog. Oh, it's not, it's a dog person. Couldn't even tell. Look at these. They're like not even doing anything. Bonk. They over here napping? Yeah, for real though. We'll just keep walking. Don't know where. And you just murdered them. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do, okay? This is a precarious... There's a guy standing there, too. What the heck? Shiny? Did I miss something? Oh, right there. It was in the bright white. I couldn't even see it. Somber smithing stone. It's gonna be useless watch. I mean, is useless, but that is more, would have been useful than some of the things it could have gotten. But it is currently useless. Oh, the guy's gone. This seems so scary. What is even down there? I feel like I should kill this guy before I cross. Come on! Keeps looking down. Well, I gotta see where I'm going. Alright, we're good. We're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Ooh, look at that guy. Time to get blasted. This might be overkill, but better safe than sorry. Okay, it was. I couldn't tell if it was just a regular beast guy, and it looks like it was. The lighting made it look so special. Oh. Oh, this is a big one. Here's the big guy. Come back over to my circle. What, that one missed? It ducked under it, low profiled it. That's funny. I wasn't expecting that. Somberstone Bell-Bearing 5. Oh, that's one of the ones I was missing. I mean, I guess. Must have been. Still getting them, though. Hitboxes in this game are insane. I mean, yeah. They're decent. They're so accurate. I mean, that's generally true from what I've seen. But on the other hand, there's other parts that are annoying, which I admittedly are a lot more work to deal with. Like the fact that animations clipping through walls and stuff and still counting, like if they're going for accuracy, then that's something that doesn't really make sense and is annoying to deal with. But on the other hand, I mean, I get that that's a lot more work to deal with. Should have played Dark Souls 1. Alright, bonfire. That was broken. Broken AF. Yeah, I've heard that some of the earlier games, that's just like, that's the whole game, is like things just hitting you from another room. Is that enough for a level? I think I'm not quite. I think I'm at like 160. 168 for a level. Is this a boss though? Not quite. Almost. Oh, maybe the top might be a boss. Feels like it might be a boss. Horse? Cat? What? Uh, 21. Just under 21. It's 21,000. So many. I mean, look, it's fine. I'm almost at the end of the game. It's fine to crack these runes, even though it makes the numbers go down, and that's very sad. But, I mean, when else am I going to use them? 21,000. 21,000, kind of a lot, though. Okay, 3 of these would be enough. Or 2 of these. Plus other things. If I want to get... That's 1,500. I need another 6... Or 15,000. I need another 6,000. One of these. Another 1,000. Yeah, 168. Another 1,000. I think slightly under, but whatever. It's like 900, but whatever. There we go. Alright, I think I was going to take mines to 40, and then we're going to call it good on... I was looking at how the stats work, too, and man, yeah. Vigor, definitely, you get way diminishing returns past 60. Like, the amount that you gain drops off a cliff after 60. Like, that's like the final soft cap, but, it's crazy how much of a difference it makes. I mean, because even, like, mine stops going up as quickly past 60 as well. Like, I think it's probably true for the most of the stats, but... It, like, the difference is so much smaller because you don't only gain a few points of mind in general anyway. But also, it means my intelligence probably not gaining as much at this point past 70. So maybe it's not even worth it. But it was funny. Like, because I think even at max vigor, you only get up to 2100. Every stat is soft capped at 60. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure they all do. That's what I was saying about my intelligence. But, like, my point was the vigor soft cap is a much bigger difference than the mind soft cap. Because you're only gaining, like, it goes from gaining, like, 6 to gaining 3 or something, right? Versus vigor goes from gaining, like, 20 down to gaining, like, 6. And it's like, what the heck? Like, falls off a cliff. You, like, the last 30 levels here, or 40 levels, 40 more levels, or 39, or whatever, of Vigor would only gain me another, like, 200 health points, I think. Which is remarkable. Alright. Boss time. Oh, they're up there, maybe? It's not quite the boss. What's over on this side? Thought it would be, but... And this is going back the way I came, but is there like a checkpoint or something? Is this how I get to that elevator? Everything here's dead. This guy's not dead. I mean, I don't know if he'll bother attacking me, but... Well, guess I didn't need to burn those runes. That's kind of a shame. Oh, here's a ladder. Where does this ladder go? Wait. Is this where I'm supposed to be going? What was the other side? Other side feels like that's where I was supposed to be going. Where's this? They're sleeping? Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. This doesn't look like the correct way, so it's probably fine. It's probably just a side path to a bunch of random stuff. Because the other way definitely looked more correct, and also on the map looks more correct. Everything's dead here. Also, I thought it was gonna keep going down, but actually this is... Oh, that's where we were. I remember that. That was where we. That's where we just were, and this is where the dragon was. Okay, we're just above that section now. Oh, it's just a chest. All right, we good. We good. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Oh, dudes. Ow. All right, it's magic time. I'm not dealing with this. Ow. Come on. Oh, he killed me! I only had 1,000. I thought I'd get the hit in before he did, so I wasn't even worried. I was like, okay, I need to just hit him and then I can heal. But he got his hit in first. Oh no, my 1,000 runes. What'll I do? Especially right next to the bonfire. I'll admit, I was definitely not being as careful either because we're right next to the bonfire. So far, yeah. So I was definitely playing brainlessly. Look at that up there. That's definitely a boss room. Like, look at that. Nope. Yeah, nope. I don't know what you're talking about. Totally not. Also, the constant wailing of the horns in this whole area is something to behold. I think I can just drop this, right? I don't need to take the ladder, do I? Probably not. But whatever. Wow, I can't believe I made it back to my runes. There was so many. I'm glad I got it. All right, where's the beefy one? Let me see if I can find that guy first. Is it that guy? I can't really tell. I don't know. It was that guy. You goated. How you get them back? Yeah. You know, it takes a lot of skill to do that, but... Hey, skill's something we've got in excess around these parts, right? After all, it takes a lot of skill to mash that left bumper at those enemies, right? Like that. Ooh, shiny! Old Lord's Talisman. Oh, this is one of the legendary talismans that I need to get, probably. For that achievement. Based on the name and the shine. There it is. Extend spell effect duration. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. I mean, I don't think it's useful for any of the things I'm trying to do. Except for the circle, basically. But even then... I wonder if it extends the range. Like, is that what... Does duration count the duration of, like, travel? Because if so, that would actually potentially be useful. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here, so let's just warp back even. Why, I don't need to walk back. Yeah, no. Okay, well. We can dream, right? We can dream. We can hope. Wait, this isn't right. It's this one. Wouldn't it be nice, though? Alright, time to go fight this boss. Let's see if we can first try another boss. I feel like my hot streak has to end someday. Oh yeah, we got this guy to deal with. Can I ride my horse? No. Okay. beefy. Where's that gonna hit? Ow! Ow! Ow. Just whacked me with the lightning club. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna run off the cliff and lose all those 5,000 runes at some point. I can feel it. Alright, let's try that again. Oops, that's not what I meant to drink. Doesn't matter though. Let's drink that real quick. I legit did that. Yeah, it seems very easy to do, to be honest. Fine. It'd be much easier if I could have a spirit, but alas. There's lightning. I don't know the timing. I was just spamming roll. Fire! Oh. I rolled! Okay, well I dodged the main hit, I guess. Moon. Dang it. Dodged it. Got the timing. Oh, another one! It's fine. Okay, it's over. Ow. You're alive? That was sketchy. I definitely thought it would die on the shot before. Malformed dragon helm. Dragon armor, dragon gauntlets, dragon greaves. Adorned with various dragon imagery and worn by the misshapen tree sentinels. Grand Sax. Oh, that's the dragon that we took the thing from. Alright, cool. So there's the boss fight. Okay, well, I should is that thing gonna respawn? If so, that's gonna be annoying. My flask is gonna run out soon. I guess we'll just run on in and see what happens, though. What is this? Beast clergyman. Whoop! There's a cliff there! I didn't realize it was a cliff. I thought it was the floor. I was just walking. Okay, we're not counting that one as losing the first try. That was... That's a mulligan. Everyone does that. I can see why. It looks like the floor. It didn't even look like there was a hole there. Alright, does this guy respawn now? This is the crucial question. Alright, well now I did have like 30,000 runes in there that I would rather not lose, although we're at a point where that's not even... Okay, it does not respawn. I mean, I didn't really think it would because it had a big drop. Usually that means they don't respawn, because otherwise, what's the point in the drop? But, you know, I don't pretend to know the rules. Look, my runes even are out here, thanks. Lovely. Okay, let's, get this set. Summon. Alright, so that's a cliff. Let's walk forward. He did some dialogue, and now I've missed it because I walked right off the cliff. Alright, good. This is the guy that we give the death root to, isn't it? Now that I look at him. Beast clergyman? I'm pretty sure. Oh. Ow, a rock. Ow. Stop attacking me. Ow, stop. Oh, phase 2. Okay. This is the guy that attacked me, and then I had to beat him up a bit so he would stop attacking me. And now he's attacking me again. Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know what that means, but it reminds me of an X-Sphere or a Crucius Crystal in Tales.
Become my blade once more.
Become my blade once more. One of the coolest looking bosses. Oh no! Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoa. He's real beast man now. Huh. Alright, phase 2, here we go. Alright, we good. That's not it. No, stop hiding. All right. Is that GG? Got him! Remembrance of the Black Blade. First try. How many runes did I get for that? Did it give me the runes? What just... Oh! Wait, did I not get the runes? Is this sort of phase 3? Mages are busted? I mean, look. That's the life... That's the life we live here around these parts. We have no shame about exploiting the busted strats, although I wasn't even exploiting, it just ended up that way. Oh boy. Alright, I guess this doesn't feel like a boss cutscene. This feels like a story progression cutscene. Oh boy. This boss is tough melee. I can totally see why. His hitboxes were huge and he jumps around.
Death is unbound.
That looks like such a pain when you can't just throw the moon. But I said, hey, hold this moon for me.
Between us shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns.
Oh. Whoa. It's straight up on fire now. Jeez, that's a big tree to be burning.
Elden Lord yet.
Alright, alright. Alright, continuing my streak of first trying these bosses. We'll take it, we'll take it. It's gonna end someday, I'm sure, but so far so good. You first try the next boss, I'm uninstalling. Oh, is the next one the one that you're expecting me to get stuck on? Oh boy, look at that. Look at us getting warped around the map once again. Alright, yeah, this is the reason, because I'm pretty sure it was Malekith, but apparently not. Oh. Oh. Well, I'll take it. Oh yeah, you said M or something. Is that the M that you were referring to? There, look, I got my 300,000 runes. Look, I remembered to use the pickled foulfoot this time. I had the presence of mind. I can level up like twice now. Not quite twice. There are like 6 M names. No, I know. I read something mentioning... Well, note all of the names are M, G, or R. Like, literally all of the main character names. maybe like almost all of the almost like every main character starts with MG and R. It's the explanation I've seen is because of the connection with George R.R. Martin, right? Those are his initials. It's dumb. I agree. It's super dumb, especially if that's the reason. That's such a dumb reason. It's so stupid. It just makes it confusing. I mean, to begin with, like, there's Melina and Millennia, right? That's like two completely separate characters, and already you got two names that are almost the same. Alright, so this is why we needed to do it, because now this place is, the Lanedale is ashen, and so we can no longer get stuff, because we can no longer access certain areas, as I understand it. But the only thing that matters for achievements was the thing we picked up. I mean, there's plenty of stuff I'm sure I've missed, but apparently nothing, at least, that matters for achievements. All this ash came from the tree. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It is a lot of tree to make a lot of ash. Alright, well, we'll take the one level. We didn't quite get enough for the second, but it's okay for now, although hopefully we'll get there. Is there actually a level to progress through for me to get some runes before the end? Maybe. Also, all of the bonfires are gone. Wow, look at all this ash. What's left of the tree anyway? Yeah, there it is. So it's just all burning and... No horse still? Come on. Alright, let's just run around a bit, see what we're doing. Wait, I remember this area. This is where we entered before. I remember this view this way. This is the way we went. Yeah, look, this is where the horns were before. Honk. Honk. So this is where we came from, which I guess, I don't know. Where am I even going? I assume I'm just going back towards the center of the capital. That seems like the most, like, towards the gate that we were at before, so I guess that seems like the most obvious direction to go. Okie dokie. Look, it would have been here, so apparently it's just gone. I guess it's under this. Oh yeah, it was. See, this is where the thing would have been. This is why it becomes permanently missable, because it's down in the ground here now. Look at that. Would you look at that? Well, there's like no enemies either. Everything just got consumed by the ash. I don't exactly know. This looks right. All right. Oh, there's another boss. Hi. Do I have all? I think I did.
I knew you'd come.
Wait, this is the...
Before the Elden ring.
It is a boss.
Elden
Oh.
Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the
This is the guy. This is the guy that was...
Has high hopes for us.
He was at the round table.
Continue to struggle.
Whoops, that's the wrong button. I just panicked because the health bar came up. Oh, he's got magic. Let's do it. Ow! Fine, you want to stand over there? That's fine. Keeps blasting me. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Just gotta take the hits when I can get it when he's not targeting me. Look at all this magic. Oh! He's using like all the different spells that the other bosses have used. I can't. It's so hard to read what's happening. Just keep blasting. Goodbye.
Become a lord. Not even you.
Give me my runes.
A man cannot kill a god.
We'll see about that. Yeah, Scepter, all-knowing. Scepter of the all-knowing. There's my runes. Gideon is weak. Yeah, I mean, he did not seem that bad. It was just, the spells were annoying, but his health was so low. Man, I'm gonna burn through all these pickled foulfoots, but I figure I'm just doing final bosses, so I might as well burn through them all right here. To the tree indeed. Wait, let me use these runes. I got a bunch of more runes, another 200,000. Gotta spend them, right? That's 2 levels worth now. Oh, just short. Wait, no, round table, go. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go to the round table and check the remembrances. Also, wait, yeah, I can see what the guy is. Wait, let me get the extra what? 6,110 runes I need. I guess that'll work. That's almost exactly what I needed, so we'll take it. Alright, now our mind is level 40, which I guess I'm fine with. I could start leveling up other stuff along the way. Or resume leveling intelligence, maybe. Although, again, we've already hit soft cap on intelligence, so maybe not worth it that much. Though it's either that or just continuing to level mind. Let me go check those remembrances. Also, maybe I'll go see what they got to say about that guy. Or if the table's even here. New items can be purchased from the Twin Maiden Husks. Dang, the place really on fire now. Oh, is she gone? Oh, she's still here. You're gonna die! Why are you still here?
I see.
Why are you still here? New stuff. Oh, let's go turn in the bell bearing, too. Hey, what? You're gone. What do you got for me that's new? I have no runes for any of it. I don't know. I can't really tell. It doesn't matter. Let me just give the bell bearing. So let's see. That was somber, right? So I'm missing the 1, 2, and the 5, 6 now of the somber. I think I have all of this one, and then I have all the gloveworts. I'm just missing 2 of the somber bell bearings still. And the 1, 2 didn't matter much because I could get them from EG, although I don't know if that's still true. Oh, look, there's that guy. I think I have the thing that he needs. He's still here. I guess I could go talk to him.
No. Wait. You have felt the curse. I can smell it on you. The box.
Yeah, because I fought the enemy that apparently was related. Yeah, the seedbed, that's right.
It was a brief respite, I must say. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh.
Alright, I mean, I don't expect to ever do this, but now I've got it if I want to. Sewer jail key.
And defile your corpse.
Rude.
Then the box will truly be your own.
Rude. Alright, let's go look at those, the remembrance we got. See what that's about, and then Down to 140 runes. Uh-oh. Oh, she's just a husk now. She's dead, but we can still get the stuff from her. Well, Black Blade. Malekith's Black Blade. Set free the remnants of destined death, plunging the greatsword into the ground to summon a myriad of blades. Attack reduces the enemy's maximum HP. Nice. Power gleaned from the remembrance of Malekith. Cool. Alright. Alright, back to it then. To the tree. I think we're about to hit the final bosses, or the final few bosses, and then, so one thing to keep in mind is if I do defeat the final boss before actually seeing the ending, I will want to make a save, because that's apparently where the save scum works the best, because you can get the multiple endings from there, and I can go back and do the other stuff. Because once you get the ending, you actually, with the save you have, you cannot get other endings. You have to, like, reload the save. So that's what I'll probably do. Where am I going? Oh, it's this room. I remember this room. Where am I even going? That's where I came in. Is this where I'm going? Ghost. Hi, Ghost. He's returned. The Lord, what is it? Lord has returned. Our very first Lord to brandish the Elden Ring once more. The Lord has returned at long last, yeah. Dang, everyone's dead. We lit the tree on fire. We set the world on fire. I'm climbing up this. Anything over there? Doesn't really look like it from here. Whatever. Look, that's still up there. Still not to get it. Oh well. Huh. Where's this go? Oh. Is this how I get there? Yeah, here it is. Golden Order Principia. The Principia. That's, what was that? Isaac Newton? No. That's Italian. It had to have been Galileo? Had to be someone Italian, right? Celestial Dew. Alright, this is just back down here again, right? Right. What was that spell book? I didn't even look at what it was. I got distracted. Yeah. Radagon's Rings of Light, Law of Regression. Regression to the mean. Very statistical. Alright, that one doesn't really go anywhere. Okay. Next boss, order up. Wow, look at so many bonfires. They just put them everywhere. I guess just so you don't have to run as far. And because I guess these are where they were before, now that I think about it, which I guess makes sense. Look, a sparkly. What's this? Erd Tree Heal. Ooh, late game heal spell. Where was it? Oh. Vastly heals. Yeah, I need a faith of 42. Do I don't think I need to reset, right? I think I'm good. Yeah, look, here's the next boss fight. Alright, let's go for it. Alright, is my luck finally gonna run out? Cutscene. Oh, you know, I wonder if my flask counts down in the cutscenes. I didn't really think about it. Whatever. Ooh, look at that flowing hair. What the heck?
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
What? Who? Huh? What the? He's got like a stand.
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned
Jojo,
by the grace of gold. Be assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Ooh, look at that burn.
Alas, I am returned.
Dang. Ooh. Just slicing right through his ghost lion.
Once more.
Okay. Hi, buddy. Ooh, that's cool. That's very cinematic. Sumo stomp.
Upon my name
Godfrey.
as Godfrey.
Didn't we fight? Oh, we fought a ghost version of Godfrey earlier, right?
First Elden
Yeah, that was what he was
Lord.
called at the time too, I think, as a ghost. Oh! I was hoping I'd have time to get it out. Oh! Yikes. Okay, we're fine. What is that? It's a big shockwave. These shockwaves are scary, but... I don't know how that didn't hit me. Okay, phase 2. Oh, it's the lion time. Oh, the lion's real!
That will be all. Thou didst me good service.
He's gonna kill the lion? Oh no! Jeez! Jiminy Christmas. Oh, poor lion ghost. I guess he's like absorbing it.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Whoa. Roar like a lion.
Now I fight as Horaloo.
Horaloo.
Warrior!
Okay. Oh, what is that? Looks like a command grab. WWE time. Oh, where's it end? Honestly, I don't think I have time for circles. scary. Ooh, look at that axe kick. Ow. Just get the moon out. Go, moon, go. Scary. Cool. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, God. He got the grab. Jeez. Alright, it's not as bad as I was worried it was going to be. He's so low. Stop shock-waving me. Let's just do this. It's faster. Oh, he died anyway. He died to Tish. Oh. Chomp. First try, baby. First try. No problemo. Look at those runes. We just gained 390,000 runes. Lovely. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's take those levels now. Broken. What are you talking about, mages? Look. Complain all you want. My hot streak continues. The question now is what do I level? Mine is probably, I mean, I probably just start leveling intelligence, right? I was able to survive that health perfectly reasonably. Like I even got grabbed and it was okay. I was so worried about that grab. It looked so intimidating, like. And I mean, grabs are often just do so much damage, but it actually didn't even do half my health, so I was okay there. Mind is fine. I mean, I'm able to get enough spells out at a time. It'd be obviously more is good, but it's only gonna get me so much more at a certain point. I mean, I am doing already a ton of damage, so I don't know how much it actually matters, but hey, might as well, right? This is my primary damage stat, so failing all else, might as well, right? That's not the final boss, right? I don't think it is, so we're good. I mean, I think I'll know, because I think there's basically a thing I have to click on. And I haven't reached it yet, so. My eyes. It is getting very bright in here. Cover thine eyes. Uh-oh. The light's only gonna get brighter. Touch the golden light. Just wait. Ah, oh boy. Alright, well that's just a white screen. That's fine. It is bright though. Alright. Okay. What is that? Is that a person? Hi. Is this Elden Ring Jesus Christ? It's Jesus? Yeah. Died for our sins? I mean, it's like literally is the, like, as far as the pose goes. It's just a straight up crucifixion pose. Also, but except now he's unleashed. Okay. Oh, red hair. Okay. Oh boy. Is this Mikola? Or, oh boy. Wait, no, we saw... Never mind. I'm trying to... Hello. You just standing there? Radagon. Okay, okay, sure. Oh, it's playing the music! Alright, let's get this out. I don't know... Oh! I couldn't get the roll out. Let's drink. Why are you standing next to me? Don't stand next to me. Ow, this is painful. Ow, that was painful. Bro, Tisha's busted. Look at Tisha. Look at all the damage. Who's that coming for? Dang it. Radagon's down. There's gotta be more to this, right? That wasn't the whole fight. Okay, here's the phase 2. I can never keep... Radagon, I remember the name, but I don't remember why. Is Radagon the first... Was that the king or the Elden... I don't know. I can't keep track of the titles and everything. What the... So goopy. Okay. Oh! That was... just squished him into the ground. I thought I was gonna pick him up, and that was just not where I thought it was going. What? What? It's like a goop dragon. It's so nice to look at. Look at it. Look at this. So mesmerizing. It's got weird hands, though. Chonky. It is so chonky. It looks like a some microscopic animal, but scaled up. Elden Beast. Oh, this is the final boss, right? This gotta be. We're good. Is that gonna reach me? No, we're good. Start blasting! What the? Oh, the debuff ended. Oh, no, 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 no. What is happening? Oh! Okay. Oh my goodness, that reach! That almost hit me. Okay. Fly, buddy. Ow. I saw it. I saw it too late. I didn't know what was happening. I was too busy looking up. Look at it. It's so majestic, though. I have to admit. Ow. Oh, ow. Okay. My hot streak ends. I didn't know that was... I didn't even see that coming. Finally a death. Finally a death. Dang, I thought maybe I could ride this hot streak all the way through, but had to end eventually. How many runes did I even have? Did I even get runes from Radagon? If so, not many. I guess it was just a phase, even though this seems like a separate thing. That's fine though, because I'm probably not getting him back. No, because he didn't die. I guess you're right, he got absorbed. I mean, still though. I feel like you can get runes from people that, or like, I don't know, the idea that they have to die seems questionable since we've killed people and gotten runes for it and then they're still alive. I feel like the better explanation is just because it's counting it like as though it's a phase. It's just more of a mechanical reason than anything, I think. Also, yeah, so those runes are probably basically gone, and that's fine, it wasn't that many. It was like 30,000. Alright, we can skip this now. Summon. Nope. Getting hit. Well, I got the summon up. It's fine. Let's try this again. Now we know what to expect, at least, to some degree. I mean, the Elden Beast's attacks were still so just huge and, like, overwhelming. It's a little bit hard to do much about. I just have to learn them. keep living, Tish. We got you. Ow. Don't. Ow. I rolled early. I dodged that by being floating. Alright, well. Come on. Let's just... Uh-oh. Cut him off. Intercepted. You ain't getting to me. The moon's gonna block you there. Alright, well, Black Knife Tish. Tish is already down to like 2/5 health. That's not great. But, well, we'll see what we can do. Also, where are my runes? Oh, there they are. I could go try to grab them. Oh! Run, 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 run. Wow, we got away from it. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm getting hit. I wasn't watching. Dang it. I was looking up again. I was not ready. Early. Oh, we're out of flasks. Lovely. Okay. Look at it, it's so... Okay, that's when it does that spell, it's when it goes swimming. We just need to be watching out for it. I got distracted by the swimming again. Alright, Tish is gonna die. So this is gonna get a lot harder. I like how it's just this big monster waving around a giant sword. Oh, am I just out of range? Is that not hitting? The scale of this thing makes it hard to tell how far it is. Because it's actually not as big as some of the other bosses we've fought. Run, 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 run. Good. That one hit. Oh, I'm dead. No, wait, no, I'm good. That's not gonna hit me. That's gonna hit me though. Oh, it advanced forward towards me. All right, next hit kills me, so that's not great. I don't know what's happening. Unfortunately, I think I didn't look around. I should look to see if I can get my runes here at the start here. Because otherwise I have to beat Radagon every time just to get the runes. Not that the runes really matter. I mean, even if I did try to pull them out, am I going to spend them? Probably not. So I almost feel like I should just ignore them and not care. I wasted a foul foot last time, but that's okay. I mean, this is like the final boss, right? When else am I going to use them? I've rolled. Runes are not visible yet. Oh, I was flasking. It's less than ideal. Got that roll. Did I cancel the spear? It cancels the spear! Oh, moon is busted, thank goodness. The problem is it's... The problem is it takes so long to cast that I can't use it like intentionally for that purpose. It just has to happen like that. Okay, but then the explosion still happened there. That's not great. Should kill if it hits. Oh, it didn't kill! Oh, it did. Okay, we're good. Hey, my runes. Is that gonna reach me? Oh, it did. Ow. Stop. Oh, they're just going for Tish. What the? Going swimming. I could... Okay, well, Tish is dead. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I got out. I rolled. Okay. Let's take this bit by bit. These moves are pretty telegraphed, all in all. Oh god, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. I have to use my last flask soon. I gotta just use it here. I'm gonna get one more moon. Just keep running. Run! I can't see what you're doing! Just keep running! I rolled early. I felt it early. That last one, the slight delay caught me. Oh my, I'm 1 health. I'm literally 1 HP. I'm dead. Oh, it cancels him! I was not actually expecting that to cancel those as well. Bro, the moon is busted. I'm dead. I don't know how to dodge this. I want, you know, the moon might cancel that too, to be honest. Now that I think about it, maybe I just throw the moon when I see that spell coming and I try to navigate them into each other. Oh man, the moon just cancels the swipes. That's so good to know. I can just spam the moon when it's doing that move. As long as I have enough mana. Oh, you know, I should just take the flask before I enter. It's gonna be the difference of a few seconds. It doesn't really matter. Now that I can skip the cutscene, too. Whoops. Ow. Alright. Oh, I'm getting shredded. Ow. That's what I get for not summoning it right at the start. Right, well, we've burned through like all our flasks already, so it's not great. Also, I could use a little bit more mind, as it turns out. Because I am just short of being able to use another moon there. Although I now have enough to get 4 moons out, so that's cool. Oh, I keep forgetting what he's going for there. Ow. I keep thinking he's not targeting me anymore, but he is. Right, this run is basically dead, but we'll just see it through. There's an argument to be made that maybe I should try the shields, just because they're better at holding aggro. And that's honestly the biggest issue, is when Tisha's not holding aggro anymore, is when I'm dying. The moon is busted! Oh no! Doesn't help me when the explosion happens, though. Alright, this run is dead. I'm gonna lose the runes, too. And you know what? That's okay. That's fine. Alright, I'm gonna try the shield guys this time, just to see if they hold aggro a little bit better. Especially if these attacks are blockable, which at least in this phase they are. The next phase will be less... The fire's probably not going to be very blockable and stuff like that, so that's not great. But the phase 2, if I can get a decent chunk, if they can just hold aggro for a bit, I can get a bunch of damage in, and then I might be able to take it through the end, because like the phase 2 is actually a lot easier to dodge because the moves are a lot more telegraphed or reactable. Alright, no need to worry about runes anymore, at least. Honestly, though, this doesn't even feel as bad as Millennia. Like, this definitely feels way more approachable, even already. Get him, shield guys! Just hold the aggro the whole time. That's all I need. Yeah, there we go! Oh, he does so much damage to him, though. Nice hat. Thanks. Talking about in-game or my hat, my goggles. Not having to worry about dodging is great, although now here he comes. No, wait, no, that wasn't at me. It looked like it was at me, but it wasn't. Ow, that hit me, though. I'm lucky that didn't hit me. Both? Thanks. That's phase done. Well, one of the shield guys is dead, and that's okay. Let's just see how well they hold aggro here. The fire's just gonna blow them up. It's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Ow. That's not going to retray. Oh, maybe it will. Alright, as long as it doesn't go for the fire, this one shield guy might last a little bit longer, because those hits are blockable. The sword hits are very blockable. Oh, is this... Hey, look at the ground. Oh, it's going for that! For him! Oh, I'm sorry, man. You're done, so... You're alive. Wow. Where are you? That was kind of a waste of a red flask, but I wanted to get the damage boost back. Also, I knew it was going to be the last chance I had to get a flask very easily. Because here comes the aggro. Oh, I thought I was out of range of that. Come on. Go for the swipes that get canceled, please. It is! Oh no, that's a different move! I couldn't read it. Oh, I should be careful. I need to be careful because I actually do need these flasks. I can't just be spamming them for no reason. Alright, this one I need to run. Oh, that moon didn't hit. Does this get cancelled? It doesn't! I'm gonna die! This spell is annoying! It just keeps pinging me! What's my last red flask? That's the wrong I'm dead. That's not what I meant to do. Run. Oh, the camera shift actually made me get hit there. That's unfortunate. Alright, this is... not great. Where's it gonna be? Where's it gonna be? Come on. I'm dead. It had 3 rings! Okay, I wasn't ready for that. I dodged the first one and then I fell apart because I didn't know what to expect. So the shield guys were better phase 1, but they were... well, phase 2 is okay. I just need to get there with a little bit more health and hope it doesn't go for as many of the magic attacks. Victory is not far, though. I can feel it. I forgot to use my flask. It's fine. Hurry up and aggro him. Okay, thank you. Gotta take him out before he does too much damage. Oh, come on. Man, he's beating up on him. Well, two of them are dead. It's not great. The other 3 are all half health, so as long as it doesn't go for the fire, we're okay. Though, it's kind of a big if. You know, I could set a circle with the shield guys. I have more space to run. At least against the first phase, and that might let me get it through it faster. Which could mean that maybe the shield guys don't die as much. That's a possibility. Yeah, just keep swinging the sword at them. That's your best move. Just keep going for it. Oh, they got hit smacked by that one. Circle. Who's it going for? They're so grouped together. Oh, it's going for me. And it still hit the thing. Alright, well, we kept one shield alive. That's these. It's coming for me? It is. Go for the swipes. That's fire, that's not swipes. Well, that's fine. I mean, these are all very dodgeable, at least. Go for swipes that I can block. No? Okay. Oh, shield guy's dead. He's walking right into that. Yep, it's over. He's dead. Alright, sparkles. Ow. I misread the move. I also am out of flask of FP. Fire. Okay, we're good. Get one more in. I hate this spell. Darn it. I was hoping I'd get the moon up and it would cancel it in time, but obviously I wouldn't. I kind of knew I wouldn't, but I just had to go for it. A little bit greedy though. 5. Alright, sparkles. Running. Ow. Fire. Oh, I don't have enough. Just get the flasks back up to full health. Get my damage boosted back. Come on! Oh, okay. It's gonna be 3 rings though, so. Oh, I got out. I got hit by one of them, and that was okay. Just as long as it's just the one. I thought that fire was gonna hit me. I gotta. Oh, the moon was not even close to reaching. As long as it's not gonna go for any other moves, or as long as there's no new moves to learn about, we should be okay here. Oh, this move is big. We gotta move. I'm out of... Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to get into melee range. I didn't realize that I'd use all my flasks. Come on, stop running. Let's get some explosions in. Those didn't even hit! I can't see what's happening. That hit. Oh, I'm out of FP. For real now. Let's use this. Come on. So close. Stop running away. No! 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 Let me go! Come on! It was at 1 HP. Come on! Give me a break. I got grabbed at the last second. Okay, that was very sad. I got crucified right at the end. Get Elden ringed, yeah. Oh man, I ran out of... Okay, I gotta be more judicious about my blue flasks, or I need to swap them over, which maybe I do just swap one over. I think I can get through to there without needing that many health flasks. I mean, I basically got to the end and I still had one left over. Let's go 5-9. I mean, the flail actually was doing... It was very slow and bad damage overall, but it was at least hitting it for enough that I was going to get there. It's just that the problem is, I don't know if that last move was because it got low enough health or if it was because I was in range. But either way, that grab, I was not ready for it because it was literally the first time it went for that because it was literally the first time I was in range. I think it was probably range or the first time it was that low. Either way. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Alright. Alright. Let's start blasting. Stand in the circle and blast. Doesn't hit me, we're good, we're good. I saw that coming. That killed them all! Oh my goodness, they're all dead. He did so much with that. Oh, the shields are dead. Tragic. They're literally all dead. That missed! Oh, I just need to use it. This is dumb. Ugh. Okay, well. It's less than ideal. We're going to play the slow game immediately, which is unfortunate, but so it goes. Ow. Got burned. That move is scary. Alright, this is... I mean, this run is not happening. I need to just reset. I don't know if it's worth wasting the time here. To try to grind through it. I need to figure out where I'm supposed to stand for that move. I can kind of see it coming, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I guess maybe I just need to time it and roll through the wave. I keep rolling sideways, though. I should be rolling through it. But it's just like my habit to be rolling to the side. To try to get out of the way of something. I want to see you win, but it's almost 4 a.m. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I will say, I can feel that I'm close to winning, like, as we've seen. It won't take too much longer, but also, at the same time, this is Elden Ring, you know? Like, sometimes it can feel that way, and it'll still be a little bit farther than I think. Well, I already have the... Oh, I thought I got that roll there. We just want to be at full health to get the extra damage out. Let's hope we can kill before he kills literally all of them. Oh, he's doing so much damage. Oh, they're dead. Oh, unless I interrupted it. Alright, we got it. All 5 of them alive with around a third health. That's what we like to see. I mean, they're gonna die pretty much instantly, but they can at least aggro, which lets me get a bunch of damage in. And if the beast doesn't go for the fire, they live a lot longer. The fire and various magical effects. Okay, well, there's the fire to open, of course. So they're all just gonna die instantly, yep. As expected, they all just die. Melee range. I'm dead. I got too close. I went for the melee swings and I don't know the pattern yet. I haven't played in melee range enough to know what those moves are. Got a little too close to the fire. I don't know. Maybe it is worth it going to Tish. It's just that that first phase is so much easier with the sword guys because they take so much more aggro, so I don't even have to worry about it. But they don't live through a lot of the moves in the second phase, and even that first phase, they kind of die pretty quickly against some of the moves. Let's try Tish one more time. Now that I actually know how to dodge the stuff, maybe it'll be a little bit more approachable. Although I still dodging the first phase is still kind of questionable sometimes. But Tish also does a lot more damage, which is nice. I got stuck in the animation. Come on. Maybe I need to go forward through that? See, this is where it's rough, though, because now I'm taking so much damage here because Tish can't hold aggro. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what I was expecting. Come on. Alright, this is fine. I could go for the meteorite just to blast it with damage. The problem is it moves around a lot, so it's big, but it moves pretty quickly, so it's hard to get, and also I have to get in such close range for that to really work. That's not coming from me, right? Now it is. A little bit further back. Ooh, got out just in time to run. That's fine. I don't know if this will hit, but I'm gonna run away from Tish. Alright, we're fine. Fine. Oh, it still hit her. Oh, I could have canceled that. I wasn't ready. I don't really know how I dodged it that time. I think I was just out of range. I hate this. I hate this move so much. Just keep running. It's fine. Just take a little bits of damage and it's okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of FP. I couldn't get another moon up to block the next one because I didn't have enough FP. That was unfortunate. I was gonna get so many moons out there, like 2 more even. Oh, Tish is dead. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're good. Ow. Alright, well, we're out of those. That's not great. Fire. Oh, we're dead. I'm dead. I keep rolling into him. Oh, I made it! Okay, I don't really know exactly how it works, but... take it. Oh, that didn't even reach! Catastrophe. I thought that was gonna burn me, to be honest. Oh, I thought I got the moon out! Oh, I thought I got it up in time. I'm dead. Yeah, I got greedy. I went for an extra moon. I got greedy. That was dumb. There's an argument to be made that maybe I should save the flask for the second phase if I use the shield guys, because then I get more damage out on Elden Beast. Because I think I'm running out by the time I'm partway through Elden Beast. Alright, we're good. You're gonna target me now. I got that roll. These combos. Or these strings. Come on! Stop looking at me! This is the worst. I hate this. Please freaking take aggro. Okay, see, for this fight alone, I think the shield guys are worth it. The Elden Beast is really not that bad in comparison. And it's not like Tish makes that much of a difference against the Elden Beast. Ow. Mistake. Yeah. I definitely should just go back to the shields. They hold aggro so much better. And that's the most important thing here. Oh, I went over the sword! Oh, I don't have enough mana for that? Why? Stay away from me, Tish. Stop following me. You're gonna get bopped. Yeah, well, there's not much I can do to help you there. You're just gonna run into it. Is this me? It is. Oh, I got that roll out. I'm gonna get hit here. Oh, we're good. Okay, Teacher's done so. Oh, what it is this flask is not quite healing enough to fill my bar back to full. Which is interesting. If it's empty. That camera shift is actually causing me to take tiny chip damage there. Or tiny bits of damage. So that's when I'm losing out on the flask. Because now when it's full, I can get 4 shots in. But then it doesn't quite refill. And here comes this. Well, ow, stop. Well, we're out of flasks, so we're gonna have to make it work from here. I'd just been spamming it, I would have been able to blast through that. Get one in here. It's fire. That's good. Fire's fine. One more in. Ugh, I don't know if it hits, but keep our eyes on the ground here. Did not hit. I don't know why I went for it. That was stupid. I knew the stars were coming. I should have just kept rolling and running. Alright, well, I die in one hit. Oh, I thought I would be able to move in time. Alright, let's go back to the shield, guys. It's just grinding through this Elden Beast phase is slow, and I have to... I can't afford too many mistakes. I mean, it's not that bad. Yeah, I gotta sleep. Good luck, though. Alright. Thank you for leaving, because I'm sure I'll get it right after you leave, because that's definitely how this is going to work. So yes, please do leave. Thank you. I'm just kidding. But no, good night. I have confidence now that once you leave, I did not switch my guys. Okay, maybe not this run. Can I get it up? Please take aggro. Oh, I don't know how that didn't hit me. Alright, we're good. Oh wait, I was thinking I was gonna save that for second phase. Okay, that's fine. Oh, he warped! God, he killed so many of them. It doesn't matter, though. Phase 2, I just need to get through Phase 1 without having to burn flasks and take damage. So that's all that matters, and we did it, so we're fine. Now he's gonna fire, and we're all gonna die. Yeah, so it always leads off with... Oh, he's firing at me! Ow! Well, the shield guys are alive because of that. Not for long, though. They're just gonna get stabbed to death. I rolled way early there. Going for the sword swipe from that range. Alright. Oh, it's going for the shield guys, I guess. Fine, we're fine. Thankfully, that puts me over the first hit. It's very convenient. Oh, I was flasking. Oh, I need to move. The problem is the telegraph there is not long enough for me to get a moon going when I see it go up. Even though I can see it go up and I can react, it's still not enough time. Oh, I need more FP. One up. Good. We're good. We're good. Spam. Just spam. That's the situation where I keep spamming. Although, are those even reaching? I don't know if they are. They're not. I was out of range for all those. What a waste. Oh, I wasted a flask there. That's really unfortunate. I mean, it survived thanks to it. But I didn't get any damage out of it, and that's very, very sad. Fire. Through the fire and the flames, we carry on. Keep going, keep going! There we go. That's what we like to see. So I think it just uses this once. I think this is just a phase, like a health threshold move. Thankfully, because this move is so annoying. So it's really good that it just throws it once and then I don't have to worry about it again. Keep going! I'm getting very lucky with this. Are those hitting though? They're not. Once again, I'm out of range. I hate it. I'm inches out of range every time. Oh, it's such a catastrophe. Ow. Okay, so it's just about timing the roll there on that move. I thought I could get it up in time. I panicked because I got hit by one because I thought I was gonna be able to cancel him, and then I didn't. That health would be so much lower if both of those rounds I had hit the moons. If I was in range. Unfortunately, I was not. All right. Maybe, okay, let's try saving the flask for phase 2, because the shield guys aren't really going to live through it anyway, and getting a little bit of extra damage in that phase will be helpful. So we just need shield guys here, and just blast. Should be enough anyway. Well, had to use one red flask right off the bat, which is sad. But ultimately fine. Okay, I'm just out of range of that. It's good. Oh, I needed that to hit. Second red flask out because I need... Man, so many shield guys survived that round. But I used 2 of my red flasks, which is less than ideal because of one of the moons not hitting or something. I don't know. Let's take this. Hope I'm not an initial fire here. That was stupid. Oh, he went for me! I thought I was going to keep going for the shield. Oh, they died. That's why it stopped going for them. I see. That makes sense. Right, well, here we are. Just you and me. Once again. And that one. I don't know why I thought I would get it up. I can't. It's too slow. Oh, I'm falling apart. I'm getting impatient. Because I've been so close so many times now. Alright. Just gotta play it cool. It'll be okay. Saving the flask for phase 2 was fine also. I mean, I don't know that it makes that much of a difference because phase 1 goes pretty quickly. So it's saving maybe 30 seconds of it, or a minute of it. But I guess that's something. I don't know how long it lasts, necessarily. Please don't throw the bolt at me. Oh, how did I miss the roll? Hello? Why are you still aggroed on me? They taunted and everything. So that's how I wanted that phase 1 to go, except that I did get hit. But if I didn't get hit there, that's exactly how I want it to go. And then I have all the shield guys still up and everything. So if I lead off here with a moon, maybe it'll target me with the fire. Because it always goes with the fire to lead off. That's not the moon. Here's the moon fire. Yeah, so it's come for me, which saves the shield guys a little bit, as long as they're not right next to me. Nice. Okay, that's good. Now they'll just keep doing this, and we're fine. It's coming for me. I kind of hope it is, because I can dodge this easy. Yeah. Good. Oh, they're getting grabbed. Okay. Oh, they can't really get grabbed though. They just get bopped. I guess because it doesn't want to lock it into the animation that it does when it hits me. Oh, I wasn't sure how far that was going to go. Oh, it's coming for me. No, it's not. Where are you going? Rings. Is it going to be 3 rings? Or 1? I think it's just 1 still. Ugh, lost one there. Oh, it's not going for me. Is that reaching? I don't know if they're reaching again. Every time. Okay, that one's pretty far. What a waste. That was not what I expected to be doing. That was unfortunate. Oh, I forgot to take this flask! Okay, well, now we've got it, and that's fine. We still are getting value out of it here in this next phase. Although it would have been better at the beginning when I was able to hit it while it was attacking the shield guys. Would have been a bigger difference. Because now I have to do a lot more dodging. Oh, I hit the edge of the world! I didn't see, there's so much on the screen, I couldn't see what was happening. This stupid 50% threshold move is very annoying. It just chases you around and does this. Or maybe there's a way to deal with it, I don't know. Mostly feels like I just need to run for 15 seconds. Okie dokie. We've been here for what, like an hour now? I think it's I've been going at this for like an hour now. Which is you know, some time, but so if I get it soon, still well within reasonable. Here's the shields. Please go for the shield, guys. Thank you. That's not what I meant to do, but we'll just let it ride. It does kill him in one moon sooner when we have the extra damage from our flask. But it doesn't matter with the... because we have still the health bar then, and we take the flask after it anyway, so it really doesn't matter, but... now it'll throw the fire at me. Going for me? It's not. That's gonna be out of range, right? Unfortunate. Ow. Come on, stop dodging. Unfortunate. Got the damage in there while also dodging the swipes, so that's good. Oh, that's not gonna reach. Oh, it hit. Nice. We get away from the shields. Okay, still kind of got blown up. We're out. Oh, okay, we're alive though. What is it doing? What is that? That was a new move I was not ready for. That's fire. Okay, that also didn't reach. Oh, I thought I was out of range of the fire. Okay, we're at this point. It's fine. Let's just dodge. Just keep running. This might be out of range. Ow. Yeah, see, my flask is worn off now, so... oh, that fire almost hit me. I'm too slow. Oh, I got it out! Alright, we're good. Good. Three rings, 3 rings. Oh. Fire. So far, so good. What's the next attack? Come on, go for something. I can't just go for a moon without punishing. It's so scary. The moment I go for it, you're gonna go for something. There we go. That wasn't enough anyway. Okay, I was out of range that time. That's good. No, stop, no! I ran out of, what happened? How did I get run into the fire? What happened? Did I run out of stamina? How did I get hit by that? I was just running the same way I always do. Oh my goodness. I thought about the possibility of getting hit by the fire there and how it would be the end of me, and I manifested it. Did I run out of stamina? I didn't see what happened. I thought I could just run. Because I was thinking, I need to not get hit by the fire here, because I can take a flask and be back at full. But if I get hit by the fire, I'm dead. I didn't even say it out loud, I just thought it. I didn't want to say it, because I didn't want it to happen. I mean, obviously, that's not how it works. But, like, I just didn't want to speak it into existence by talking about it. But I guess thinking about it is functionally the same. What a catastrophe. I was so close yet again. I think one more moon would have done it. Ow. I hate this. What the? Did I not use the flask? I mean, I don't know if I should be, because it's kind of a waste of a flask, but... whatever. Kill him before he gets the big. That big move is the one that kills them all. That's what's happening. That's since I can get it before that hits. That's how I'm beating him. That's how I'm keeping all the shield guys alive. It's also one of the scarier moves for me to deal with because it's just so big. Throw the fire at me. Take aggro for the fire. Oh, it wasn't even enough. Right, well, the shield guys are gonna die, and that's okay. I think I'm out of range here. This is way too far. It's kind of autopiloting. Ow. Shield guy's down. Getting hit by the ring actually doesn't matter that much as long as we're able to keep running. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hit by the sword and the explosion just kills me. It's the horizontal swipe. And then fire. I don't know why I thought I could get that up there. Alright, well, this run is not great, because I'm going to be out of flasks in a moment. I thought I took the flask! Yeah, way early. Sad. Alright. Maybe? Well, no, it's fine. I was gonna distract myself with something and then I realized, no, let's just do this. I've been here, we got it. Oh, okay. That first moment is the most tense moment when it could still just go for an attack on me before they get the taunt out. Because once they taunt, he basically just stays auto-locked, or fully targeted on them for the rest of the fight. But that first moment before they taunt... Uh-oh, one of them missed. See, what happens is if it misses... Can he not be killed while that's happening? Is that why he survived that? When one of the moons misses, then I have to take a flask, and that's when he gets that move out. Fires at me. That's good. That's fine. Ow. I don't understand that move. It just explodes and they all die. Ah, that move is so scary. That one I still don't really know how to dodge. I mostly get lucky. Come on. Where are you landing? There you are. Ow. Am I too far? I think I'm too far. The first one getting canceled threw off my timing. Oh, I got hit by so... I hate it. I should probably just take this last blast. It gets me back up to the health, to the damage buff. And I'm already... Uh-oh, here's the wall. The end of the world. Here comes the Sparkle Chaser. Ow. Oh, man. I gotta play it so slow and careful now. Like there I could have gotten a moon in, but it's just, I can't take the risk. Because if I go for something, if I go for it and it just instantly starts attacking, then I'm just dead. I don't know why I went for that swipe. I was so out of range. Okay, that hit. That's good. I think I have one more before I need a flask. Oh, okay. Time for this game. That, let's flask. That reached, thank goodness. Okay, that's good. I can get one in here. As long as I'm in range, which is hard to say. Kind of far. Oh, it's walking towards me though. I'll probably get 2 in here. Should probably not be greedy though. Oh, that's good. It's also good. I'm out of mana. This is it. This is it. This is it. All right, it's over. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Elden Remembrance, there it is. 650,000 runes. You love to see it. Oh, and it's cutscening me too. Whew, finally. Okay, so is this... Hold on. Alright, there it is. What is this? No, that's the thing. That's the thing we don't want to touch. See, because look, so this is the ending. We either touch that, here's the other ending I have. Is here. Does it let me leave? No, not until I sit at this. Okay, so this is where I need to make my save. So let me just do that real quick. My save scum. Save. Let me just save and quit real quick. Okay, give me 1 second while I copy this save file so I can get the achievements later. This is thrilling gameplay, I know. But it needs to be done. And by needs to be, I mean, I would like to do this so that I can... not have to replay the game a bunch more times. Where... Oh man, defeated. It's a bit of an anticlimax now to be doing this right now, and right after defeating Elden Beast, I recognize that, and my bad. Oh geez, I did this earlier, and now I've already forgotten where it was. Okay, wait, I found it. Let's copy that. Okay. Should be good. Let me get the game back open. There we go. Man, I got so nervous there in that moment when I saw the health and I realized one more shot kills. I was like, one more shot kills. Could have used a faster spell for sure, but I just didn't want to have to think about the button presses because like I know the timings and the openings for the moon. So I can find an opening, but it went for the sword swipe and I got hit because I was not thinking about it. I was like looking at for the opening and I was not reading the move correctly. And then I got hit by the first swipe and I got so nervous that I was going to get hit again and die. But I managed to dodge the second hit and then that's when I was like, okay, now I just got to keep running because it kept using attacks, but it was all attacks I knew how to dodge. So I was like, okay, we're fine. I just got to keep running, keep dodging. And then I saw the opening and I knew it was good. But oh... It was very nerve-wracking for a second there. Alright, so now the question is... I guess I should play out the ending, right? I could go back and do some of the other stuff, here. Or I could just play out the ending. Because I think that's it. That's the end. Maybe I should go back and do the random chumpy bosses that I'd missed somewhere. And then I'm going to have to make another save if I want to have this here, but I guess that's fine. I can just make a third one at the end if I have to, but I also, if they're really fast, if they take like 5 minutes, then it doesn't really matter. I don't really need to keep a save of that, although it'd be nice to have it on the file. But I guess if I'm going to have to redo the endings later anyway, and grab other stuff. So let me just go do those 2 chumpy bosses. Hopefully they'll be chumpy. If they're not, that's going to be rough. Okay, there's actually 3 bosses I think I'm still missing. One of which I think is not chumpy, because it is an optional boss that I had missed, but it's a much stronger one. Because it's like an end game. It's in Crumbling Farum Azula, I think. So that's not great. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to do that one. That one might be harder. Although, I don't think it'll be as hard as Elden Beast, presumably. I mean, maybe it will be, to be honest. Although, it kind of depends on the matchup. As we've seen, there are bosses that are ostensibly harder that we were fine with. Although Millennia was probably the hardest boss overall. For my build, and just in general, because the heal was so hard to deal with. Although, once we switched to Tish, it was not as bad. Let me figure out where these last things are. I think, I mean, some of these are going to be very easy. Like the Godskin Noble, I think, is going to be a baby, basically, because it's supposed to be so much earlier, I think. Volcano Manor. Let's see. Volcano Manor. Okay. You find a wall in front of it. Jump into it. Oh, there's like a hidden passage in Volcano Manor. Oh, is that how I'm supposed to do Volcano Manor early? Or like in the... Because I ended up doing it by just like unlocking it. But I guess I can do that without needing to do that. Let's see. Hallway next to it, open the first door on the right. Oh, there's a sparkly up there. What is that? My thanks. Oh, I have 1,000,000 runes. Hold on, let me go spend these runes while I'm here. Just so I don't lose them. Even though I don't think it's an issue, but I ain't about to lose all these runes. What do you mean? This is the same. I haven't changed my equipment. I've had it the whole time. I had it equipped earlier too. I just wasn't using it because it's not really the damage output. I couldn't see it during the boss fight. I mean, it was there. I literally had not changed it, so it was there. And when you asked for it, it was on the screen. I just was using spells because my spells are my main damage output. Find a wall in front of it, a corpse. I'm blind. I mean, it's okay. I understand. We're all a little blind sometimes. Is this not it? First door. Oh. Goggle toggle. Alright, here's the goggles. Wait, let me make sure I can't see my model. Oh, they're on. Okay. There's the goggles. What do we got here? Tonic of Forgetfulness. That should help if you're feeling blind. Yeah, these goggles, I don't know. I don't know that they would help me. They're good for tracking magic. They're not They don't really help my actual normal vision that much. Though I guess in a game like this, maybe that's still helpful. Anyway. Guest hall, site of grace. Head east across the lava until you reach... What? What? This feels... Oh, man. This is more complicated than I was expecting it to be. Wait, doesn't Patches... What does Patches have to sell? I forgot. I was going to check this.
Cripes, you make this nonsense seem, well, less nonsensical. Perhaps a Tarnished will be Elden Lord after all. But for now, this manor is finished. The demigod beast is slain, and Tanith has lost her head. A fine mess. But how else could it end? When Daddy Ambition's head over heels courting Lady Blasphemy. Well,
Whoops.
here I am, untethered, once again. Goodbye, my friend. What is it? Oh, come to make a parting donation to Patch's Emporium.
Oh, nice. I'll buy these, even though I've literally used all of them that I'll ever probably need to use, but... Patches is cool. I'm glad he's in the game. I've heard that he's being brought over from Dark Souls games. I don't know. I would not. I don't. That's not something I am familiar with. So. But I mean, you know, I respect it. Oh, there's the corpse. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's dark in here. Okay, all this stuff is going to be very chumpy. We're just over here to kill the boss so we can get that achievement. Alright, well I hope it's close to where we are. I hope it's not too far from here. Because this is going to... Stop. Stop. I mean, I could honestly be just ignoring these to some degree. Oh. It did work. What the? Depraved Perfumer Carmon. Oh, that's how we get into these rooms, I guess. I thought this one would do it too, but it didn't seem to open. Okay, wait. Now what? Let's see. New passage appears into the gods. Oh, it's just entering the area? Oh man, maybe I should go from the other side. Is this the guest hall? No. Okay, maybe I won't bother doing this right now. Maybe I'll just go back and, or maybe I just get enter. Can I open this door? No. Alright, forget it. We're just gonna... It was quite anticlimactic to beat, the Elden Beast and then teleport over here for this and then not even have that payoff. But you know what? We're just going to go right back. We're going to, did I even get anything? I talked to Patches. Whatever. We're just going to wrap it up. We're going to get our one ending. And I'll probably just end it there for today. So I got my save. I got my scummed save so I can get the other endings later for achievements. But... this is probably going to wrap up Elden Ring for my stream, because I don't think I'm going to I think I'm going to do any of the other achievements off stream. I don't think I'm going to bother doing them on stream. Even though there's some bosses that I'll not have done on stream, it's like, I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do it next week or something. But I think this will be the end of... This is very possibly the end of Elden Ring for my stream. So let's just wrap it up. Let's send it off here. Look, we have the same hat. Look, we're matching.
The battle is over, I see.
Is that actually America? Is that what's going on here?
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness.
The cutscenes are funny when the hat just blocks my face every time. So... it has like a edgy teenager vibes where...
Well then, shall we?
Yo, same hat, that's crazy. Yes, we shall, Lady Ronnie.
My fair consort eternal.
There it is, I got the achievement, Age of the Stars. Alright, there's that ending. Nice. Alright, credit roll. So yeah, I mean, as always, with every game, as the credits roll, maybe I'll just talk about them. Congratulations, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. It was really fun. I think there were points at which it started to drag occasionally, but then it ramped up again as I got right into the end and was just, I mean, to be fair, it ramped up because I was also blasting through the bosses in one shot and first trying them all until the Elden Beast. So it was like I was just getting the repeated high of beating up the bosses and carrying on. But I mean, regardless, it was very fun and I had a really good time with it. I will say, I mean, it was the kind of game that I really would enjoy, but I think it was the kind of game where streaming it definitely... Well, on one hand, the streaming meant I played it consistently, because I think I would have probably stopped at some point. Not even intentionally. It's just like it was so long and required me to keep going back to it so much. I would have just gotten distracted by another game and not gone back to it. And I don't know that I would have finished it because of that. I probably would have... I expect, if I were being realistic, I probably would have stopped around... Like, I probably would have run out of steam... around getting to the capital the first time. Fair. I never finished Dark Souls 3 for the same reason. Yeah. It's like, not because I wasn't enjoying it, it's just like, it takes a lot of energy, and like, streaming it meant I was playing consistently, which made a big difference for how much I played it. Because otherwise, I go a couple weeks without playing it, and the whole it's, as with a lot of games, but especially like these kind of high... like skill requirement games where you have to like practice and keep playing it to really get through it. it's just the longer you go without playing it, the longer it is to get back into it, or the harder it is to get back into it. So yeah, I don't know if I probably wouldn't have finished it if I wasn't streaming it, but that's not to say I didn't like it. I did enjoy it. I think, you know, I can definitely see why people enjoy it. This is the kind of game I enjoy, but at the same time, I don't know. It's probably not quite the kind of game I would play on my own. I mean, you know, I play a lot of it's just, for one, I think that being sort of a AAA game, non-Nintendo AAA game, sort of puts it outside of my wheelhouse to begin with, because I mostly play, you know, Nintendo and indie games. But you know, that doesn't preclude me from playing games like this. It's just that it's not something that's necessarily on my radar as often. I mean, I really do like games where you have to practice and get better. Like, that constitutes a lot of my favorite games, right? Like Celeste is, you know, my second favorite game, and it's got that similar type of situation where you have to keep practicing and keep going and keep trying. But I think I like the themes and the mechanics, and I generally like platforming themes better than, you know, action RPG like combat as far as something to practice and keep going and pushing at. Especially because, I mean, there's a degree to which I will say the late game bosses were much more interesting and cool in what they were doing, but partly it was my build being very simple and straightforward mechanically, where I really just want to blast and blow stuff up. But also partly, I think a lot of the bosses kind of boil down to the same thing, where it's just you're just dodging hitboxes and hitting, which I guess you could say regardless, right? Of course that's the case, right? That's not really a great criticism, but there weren't really that many bosses that had creative mechanics. There were some that had some creative things going on during the fight, or things you had to do to navigate the fight properly, but a lot of the bosses really were just, all right, here's their big hits, can you dodge them, and then can you hit them, right? The Elden Beast or whatever was beautiful at the very least. Yeah, I definitely agree. I was commenting the whole time we were playing. I was like, man, this is very mesmerizing to look at. And I definitely got hit by a few hits the first few times because I was just watching it move around. How do I feel about rhythm games? I'm not a rhythm gamer. My brother is the rhythm gamer. I mean, I've played them. I've played Elite Beat Agents. I've played a few other rhythm games. Elite Beat Agents is the one I've played the most, I think. And they're fun, but that is the kind of thing where it's like about practicing and just continuing the same thing. And I do like that part of it, but despite having studied music and everything for a long time, it's just like the rhythm gaming doesn't appeal to me. I think maybe part of it is like it's repetitive, but also it's like it's like with a lot of these other games where it's repetitive, things are different each time and you're sort of reacting and changing. Or like with a Celeste, like a platformer, a challenging platformer, you're doing the same thing over and over, but then it's a pretty short scale and you move on to the next screen or whatever. But with rhythm games, it's really just the same song, like 3-minute song or 2-minute song until you feel satisfied. There's also not as much of a goal with rhythm games, like a precise goal as to where you're trying to hit, other than trying to like full clear it or whatever, which I guess that could be the goal for sure. But there's less of a sense of progression, I guess, because a lot of times there's just songs and it's just about score. It's just like a score attack system, which I guess maybe that's part of it too, because I don't really like maybe score attack arcade style games as much either. If I'm just doing it for 4 points and to hit a score, it's a little bit less satisfying to me than to make progression in some way and unlock the next stage and things like that. So I guess that is maybe the difference. But yeah, a lot of the bosses in this game, I would say end game, but also just throughout the game, where yeah, just like, can you dodge the moves and hit them? And of course, the different sizes, the different arenas were interesting, and I think that was the biggest points of interest that made it not entirely stale every time. But by the end, it was kind of wearing down how it was like that. The exploration elements were really fun, but they sort of fell away after a certain point, or they were not as enjoyable because a lot of the time the exploration was very similar. Was the story good? It was, the amount that I understood was good. Admittedly, I've talked about this a lot. I like paying attention to lore in games. I'm usually pretty good at it, but for some reason, something about Elden Ring, the lore just did not click for me. Like they would give me bits of lore and it would just not stick with me. And I kind of picked up a decent amount of it by the end, or like, I would say if I had to give a percentage, I think I probably followed maybe 40% of it. I would say I probably followed less than half of what the entire story overall, but close to half. If you've read, watched anything by George R.R. Martin, how does it compare? I have read all of A Song of Ice and Fire that is currently released, and I really enjoy it. It did not seem like similar in any way. I mean, beyond being maybe like a fantasy setting, and with some, but it didn't really feel like if you didn't tell me that George R.R. Martin was related to it, I would never have guessed. Oh, nice. I gave up in Feast. Ah, yeah. To be honest, it's been a while since I read them, so I can't even remember the events that happened in each one specifically. I just remember overall. Begin Journey 2. If you do not start over, you can choose to begin at the Table of Lost Grace. Okay, no. Because I'm going to use this save file to go back and do the extra stuff. Either on my own or on stream next week. Only got a couple minutes left today, so I'll just finish rambling. But yeah, I don't know. It was... If you didn't tell, I don't know that much about Dark Souls either, but I've watched people play Dark Souls here and there, and to be honest, it felt more like a Dark Souls story than anything else, as far as I could tell. I mean, there wasn't really the same degree of like, I can kind of see, right, there's like elements of political intrigue, which is maybe like the main focus of A Song of Ice and Fire, so I guess I can kind of get that, but the problem is it wasn't that the political elements weren't happening live in the game. It was sort of like a retrospective. All the lore was telling us what had happened, and we're just the Tarnished running through and wrecking shop and killing everyone, right? There's not really much of the like political maneuvering happening in the game as we play it. So, and that's it didn't really remind me that much of A Song of Ice and Fire. Joffrey would beg to differ. What do you mean? But yeah, that being said, for all that, I did really enjoy it. It took me a long time. Although, now that I look at the time, I think it did roughly take me what I would expect. Is one big move with doing a murder. I mean, that's true, but that's still political. I see what you're saying, because I just came in and was killing everybody, and that was the whole story. But my point was, like, there was no other... But see, the thing about that was that there were also other people doing other things while Joffrey was doing a big murder. Right? Versus this, the whole story is me coming through and killing people. Like, there's not really much else going on. Everything else is already pretty set or over with. It took me a long time to get through it, and that's because I was playing it only 3 hours a week, right? I mean, I played more at the beginning, but on average, it came out to about 3 hours a week, I think, because it did take me about 50 weeks to get through it, and 150 hours, or whatever. But I will say, actually, that came out to about where it felt long, and it felt longer than I expected, but actually, in retrospect, I find that generally, a lot of the time, the games that I play, especially if I'm going all the way into them, take me, like, you know, a little bit longer than, like, maybe 30 to 50% longer than it takes other people, just because I tend to go very slowly and thoroughly trying to look at stuff that to an unnecessary degree. And as far as I've seen, like, the sort of completionist level of playing through this game, it takes around 100 hours. So 150 ends up being around a reasonable amount, or what I would have expected in retrospect. So I guess it's not that much longer than I would have expected, but it did take me longer than I thought. Partly because I thought I was near the end way earlier. Right around when I was starting to burn out, or not, I didn't ever burn out, but as I was starting to get worn down was when I thought I was approaching the end, and I still had quite a ways to go, although we've made it now. The end was closer than and then at a certain point when it just kept going, the story just kept going and going. I was like, man, this is, how much longer do I have? And from there, it actually was less than I was expecting from that point. I think you picked the longest path to, well, I was talking about this. I've done actually almost everything there is to do. I mean, like I said, I'm actually pretty close to 100% completion, because I think all of the, like, legendary stuff, I'm missing like 1 or 2 items at most. And then the bosses, the achievement bosses, I've only missed like 3 in the entire game. Like, I did almost every boss that has an achievement. So, I mean, that's sort of is indicative of the fact that I did a lot of the content more than was necessary, which goes back into what I was saying, where I think that's why it took me so long. Like, if I was just trying to push through the story path, I probably would have been done quite a while ago, because there's so many things I didn't really need to do. It's also why I ended up a little bit over-leveled, and some of the bosses in the end were pretty easily blasted through. But, you know, we'll take it. But in any case, I think that's going to do it for today. I mean, I probably have other thoughts, but as always, it's a little hard to think of them on the spot. And, you know, we can always talk about it in the future. I'll decide. I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to play. I think that's going to wrap up Elden Ring for the stream, because it feels like a nice closing point. That being said, it's not out of the ordinary for me to do one cleanup stream of it to try to clean up achievements if I just decide to do it. So I'll think about it. I'll probably say on Twitter or whatever, or when the schedule goes up, it'll become clear. So speaking of that, though, if you would like notifications when I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Japan time. You can get those notifications on Twitter, twitter.com/@CamAmelianT. Well, @CamAmelianT on Twitter. Maybe you could show off some fashion souls. Ooh, I mean, maybe. I do kind of like this outfit, although I have heard there are some nice dresses in the game, which I could totally go for. I'm just in armor because, you know, it's nice and sturdy, and it's nice and shiny, this armor. I do like this armor set, and the hat is great. But, yeah, in any case, yeah. If I do decide to go do the extra stuff, maybe I will try to find some nice outfits, because I think I'll be over-leveled for a lot of it, so the armor's not going to be relevant. Also, the armor's mostly not relevant a lot of the time anyway, because it's not like I'm trying to tank hits. But, yeah, as I was saying, I also post a schedule every Sunday. You can get, you can see that also on Twitter, if you want to know what games are coming for the week, or what streams are coming for the week if it's not just games, although it's mostly games, but sometimes I might be doing something else. So you can find that link down below. As for VODs of the stream, the past 2 weeks are kept here on Twitch. Any archives I've got older than that will be on YouTube, youtube.com/@CamAmelian. You can find that link down below as well, and if you'd like to support me in other ways, you can find links for some other stuff down below. So check that all out if you feel like it. And as for the schedule for this coming week, Friday we'll be going to SpongeBob, wrapping that up as well. I'm pretty sure that we will just be doing cleanup and fully completing. I mean, I don't know how long. I know that I have to do all the side quests, basically, and I don't know how long they'll necessarily take. To be honest, I might just check some. I might have lists at the ready so I can keep track of stuff more easily, but I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how long I expect it to take, because I don't really want to be doing more than one wrap-up stream for that, because I'm just right before the final boss as far as I know, and then just got to do all the side quests for completion. So, but that'll be Friday. We'll be doing that. And Monday, we'll be back to Potionomics, I think, trying to push through that. That game is going slower than expected, for sure. That one is going much slower because there's so much thinking that can be done, but which is not necessary. But, of course, I end up doing all of the thinking because I can't help myself. So that one's taking way longer than expected by all accounts. Unlike this, where it took longer than I expected initially, but realistically, it's about what is a reasonable, what I would have expected if you put me on the spot to give a number. Potionomics is going to be way over my expectations, though. But in any case, and then Wednesday, a week from today, we'll either be wrapping up, we'll be doing cleanup in Elden Ring, or we'll be playing something else. If it's something else, I have not decided, so you'll have to wait until the schedule comes out on Sunday. But, yeah, that's going to do it. So, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Hope you have a good rest of your day, morning or evening. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, and enjoy the Emperor's birthday tomorrow. Indeed, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I get tomorrow off because it is the Emperor's birthday tomorrow. And that is a national holiday in Japan, so thank you. I will do my best to have a good Emperor's birthday tomorrow. You as well. I hope you have enjoyed the Emperor's birthday. And for anyone who isn't in Japan, you know what? You can enjoy the Emperor's birthday anyway. I mean, you won't get the day off, but, you know, feel free to enjoy it. Maybe go get some Japanese food or something and just think of it that way. But, yes, thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching Elden Ring. Anybody who's watched all the way through it, I know there's a couple people who've been following it. It was a long one, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. So, until next time, see ya.